Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
Hi, we're all the Fargonauts. Yes, we are.
Hi, hi.
Hello.
Ahoy, hoy.
A tip of the hat, says the man wearing a hat.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're like 2 episodes away from finishing this season.
Well, not only this season, but like the original run.
Mhm.
Besides, unless you want to count Fire Walk with Me in that, it's like it is. I was thinking about that today. Like, man, it's gonna be crazy when that's just behind us, and all we have currently and to look forward to is like W. Jones, Mr. C, like the return stuff, you know.
Yeah, and
A whole new world.
we're
Don't
making
you
history
dare close
tonight.
your eyes.
A fucking baffling point of view.
Hold your breath. It gets better.
Hold your breath.
Don't you dare close your eyes. But yeah, we're here. We're not there.
Yeah.
We're here, motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I don't know if we're past the timestamp, but we're here. You son of a broigy boys. And so what was it called? Miss Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
This episode 21,
One.
right?
Correct.
Gotta be.
Gotta
Yeah, if it's the last two, it's gotta be 20. It's gotta be 21, dude.
We're gonna be dub featuring this.
Yeah, we were I've been calling it Pekin Dub Feach.
Mm-hmm.
be. Yeah, do you guys remember what happened last episode? Just give a brief
No, I fell asleep.
synopsis. I know you did.
Yes, you did. Are you gonna be awake for both of these?
Oh yeah, dude.
Because I'd hate for you to miss these two, if any of them.
What did he miss? He missed the...
Well, there was definitely Windom Earle tomfoolery. He was writing down. He was like using technology to not only like copy or scan somehow the map or petroglyphs that they found in Owl Cave, but he was like using other technology to like triangulate what that map maybe meant to the region or something. Like he was plotting and scheming and trying to find a region that he believed this petroglyph was like pointing to.
Yep, and some of the most interesting shots, I would say, happened in that last episode, and I would say that's ranking at the top of my tier of episodes, because we saw a return of that hand of Bob. If you remember, at the beginning of the episodes, we saw people's hands kind of twitch and things like that.
And that music sting along with it.
Yeah, and then we saw a few other kind of ethereal mentions of Josie that was like hidden in the wood, where Pete was like staring at the Great Northern's mantle, and he's like, "Josie, I see your face."
Josie, I see your face.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about that whole how that scene played out too was like the Pete Martell we cut from Ben Horn like whipping around and looking over his shoulder as if, you know, Sasquatch were standing behind him, and we don't see what he's reacting to.
Yeah.
We just see his reaction, and then cut to Pete
It
Martell.
was Sasquatch.
Josie, and so it's like, what is just happening in general in this moment, you know?
Yep. And then
There's a lot going on.
one of the last shots was Bob's hand just kind of emerging from what I presume to be the portal to the Black Lodge.
Well, I was gonna say, do you remember, like, can you describe to me where that scene took place, like the setting?
Yeah, so there's a little clearing in the middle of a forest, and there's some like barren trees, or like they're almost like twigs, or just like they're like maybe infant trees, but they have no leaves on them. So they're just like 4 sporadic infant trees without leaves surrounding this. It looks like a puddle of oil at first, but then you get closer to it and you see in the reflection of it are the curtains of the Red Room. And then you see, before that you see Bob's hand kind of reach out of nothing, and then he materializes. So
So
we talked about this, and I would want people to go and listen to what we talked about, because we kind of talked about the love and fear that's kind of emerging from like the constant battle with love and fear, where we have Major Briggs talking about, you know, his ideology and his, you know, how he does things for love, and that might just, it's not enough. That's like his biggest
he
fear,
fears maybe that, yeah.
which was really interesting that he said that when Windom Earle gave him that serum or whatever, like the truth potion, I think.
But that is kind of a scary thing. If love in what he's doing, like let's just say that like in the battle that he's waging, Major Briggs, if love is the strongest thing that he has, but it's also the only thing that he has to lean on,
Yeah.
if that's not enough, what the hell does that mean to him as like who
Right.
he is as a person? It's an interesting.
Because oftentimes, I was just gonna say, oftentimes in stories, you know, love is always the strongest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's not enough, like you said, like what is?
And a lot of times in stories, people's major hurdle is that they don't understand that concept. Maybe, you know,
Mhm.
they like misconstrue it, or they're just muddled in some way. But then in the end, they're like, "Oh, I understand." Like, you know, Jedi's love is the strongest fucking thing. Rose kissing Finn. There we go.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. I'm genuinely excited because like the I think I've said it before. These are like two of my favorite episodes of Twin Peaks of all time. The way that these two play out, bam bam in a row, and especially the way that season 2 ends, it's just gonna be so awesome.
Well, we should get into it. So we're gonna jump into this one. This is Miss Twin Peaks. If you guys like our discussion out there, definitely leave your comments and discuss with us, and maybe you have different ideas. If you like this video, hit that like button, and yeah, stay tuned for our discussion on Miss Twin Peaks.
Come along with us.
Okay, well, we're gonna just jump into briefly talking about this episode so we can dive into the finale.
Oh shit, dude.
This episode was great. It definitely wants you to not wait for the next one, and I would be really pissed if I was watching this as it aired. Like, oh my god,
It's
Was it aired
about
as
to
a-
wear.
oh my god.
Was it aired weekly or was it aired as a 2-part finale?
Oh,
Man, that's a good question.
I'm just assuming that
I don't
it's
know.
not.
Right.
Because, yeah, it's episode 21. But yeah, this one was pretty great. We got Leo actually choosing love, which was great.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Revolting against fucking
He's redeeming himself, yes.
what's his name?
Saving Major Briggs.
It did air as a two-part, back to back.
It did air.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to not just jump right into the next one.
Right.
But this one was kind of just about.
Who's gonna fucking end it for a week on? It's a map.
It's a map.
And then you gotta sit there and wait a week. Like, nah, dude. You know, Benji. Yeah, Windom Earle stuff was cool. You had him do his spooky boy face. He had the whole Miss Twin Peaks. Yeah, it was all right. So, like, I got to thinking about, since like the evils in the wood, shit, whatever. And it got me thinking about the mill, and like how it's been chopping down, you know, milling down all that wood, and you were talking about how the Black Lodge, whatever, was in like a clearing, the entryway, or whatever, where Bob came out of.
Yep.
Was in like a clearing, and it just had like a few like little baby trees or whatever in it.
Yep.
It got me thinking of like maybe that got disturbed by, you know, like the trees getting chopped down and with the mill and stuff like that.
You're onto something, Brocho.
Could be.
And then it got me thinking about, like I was saying when we were doing too, is like, you know, the evils in the wood or whatever, and I was like, think about how maybe that was just getting spread around wherever, that was getting sent out to as well. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
here's what we've talked about before with your Dream Soul, Groucho, is
Yeah.
that it's not just evil that
Yeah.
exudes from the trees or just wood. It's just
Yeah.
spirits. It's spirits
Right.
of the natives, of just
Yeah.
it's isolated to like, or it's localized to Twin Peaks, and that's where it's the
Yeah.
heaviest. But
Yeah.
when the town becomes fearful, that's when the gate is like the thinnest, so things like the most evil spirits can come through, like Bob, and
Yeah.
then take control of the most fearful people of the town, and then pretty much possess that person. So, in a weird way, yes, fear, but also love is tied
Love,
to the wood too,
love
because
can open the White Lodge.
yes, because there's a pure and a like a evil like lodge.
Right.
There's a white and a dark black lodge.
Right.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's pretty much it. It's not just evil that is in the wood.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Like, if evil from this town is prevalent in just this wood and it gets shipped to other places, it
Yep.
might have some
And
kind
all
of
the-
residual effect, but it's not as potent as,
Right.
Twin Peaks is.
Yeah. The source.
The clearing where the trees are and where that like doorway is to the Black Lodge is called
Yeah.
Glastonbury Grove or Glastonbury Grove.
Grove.
I
Yeah.
don't know why my brain couldn't say that. Yeah. And it is. I think it's like technically it's like 10 or 12 sycamore trees in some sort of like circular configuration around this like pool of what looks to be motor oil or something like you said.
Right.
So it's just interesting. I don't know why sycamore is specifically it, but that's what they are.
There's a lot of trees. There's bonsais, sycamores.
Bonsai. So like too, the Dale is talking about the queen, and Harry keeps bringing up is like, yeah, but you gotta like take the king to win, right? And he's just like, or something like that. And I was like, well, you kind of do, because that's like Dale. You can see Dale as the king, right?
Yep.
And he does take Dale off the board, right? By the end, which we haven't got to yet, but
they're all queens on the deck of cards too. That could mean that also. But they are playing that chess game.
But they did take his queen, right?
Yep, they took his queen.
Right, and he is and then with the ultimate goal of taking out the king, and you do take Dale off the board eventually.
Can you please go to in this scene like the widest shot of the stage that we see? Any of them?
Spiders.
There we go. So I didn't notice it during when we were watching, but there's just a sandwich, a big old fucking like submarine sandwich.
Shit. Got a hoagie down there.
Yeah, and now that I've noticed it, it's like they're dancing to the sandwich. Like,
she's staring right at it.
oh, I want to eat the hoagie.
Like how Lucy's wearing like
fucking Squiggy's lunch or some shit.
Squeaky, yeah.
Yeah, like he ordered it from the fucking bar.
Lucy has like Ugg boots on. She's got like pre Ugg boots.
Fucking Nadine, dude.
Nadine looks
Nadine
like she's wearing
great.
bowling shoes.
Yeah, her bowling shoes.
It's such the reason I laughed, Eric, is like, yes, the person who would be hit on the head would be Nadine, but I just thought it was like, oh my god, how much more of a classic could it be that like an errant sandbag in a theater setting falls on somebody's head,
Yeah.
It should be that exact noise.
Yeah, right. Oh, dude, she's super strong now. She'd take it.
Yeah, she could.
But not anymore. Not anymore. She's gonna remember
I guess
everything, and she's gonna be just normal now.
Yep, just got her on the noggin. Look at her fucking.
Her her having an affair with a high schooler couldn't
Yeah,
last.
no.
Look
Turns
at look
out,
at
also turns out, fucking, um, oh shit, what's her name? Lucy. Lucy's fucking talented as fuck.
I
Oh
never
yeah.
doubted it.
I mean, it's so
Killed
unassuming.
it. Dude.
Yeah, she killed it, but it's so unassuming that you like expect
No, yeah,
that.
you never think that.
You'd expect that from her. Oh, this part's really good too, where she crushes Mike's poor hand.
He's jealous.
Yeah, our good boy Hawk finds Major Briggs walking alone the road.
Doing a
Um,
little somebody yummus. Yummus.
yep, just talking backwards or whatever else. That's such a crazy like idea that just this poor man has just been through it. He's all
Going
drugged
through it, dude.
and drugged,
It never
tortured.
stopped.
And he's got
Into
like
the
knowledge.
afterlife. It
He's
never
got like
stopped.
knowledge in his head that he's not even like conscious of. But people are just trying to
Oh,
get it
dude.
out of him and like, what are you all about? Tell me what you know. I don't know what I know.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what I know. I just I'm just present. That's all he is.
Yeah.
He's just present.
I just exist. I am eternal.
Dude.
Just oh my gosh, poor guy. He looks like a bruised apple. I love.
Trying to make that. Yeah, looking like a bruised apple, dude.
Oh my god, Eric.
What?
You just bruised an apple. I heard it.
These SOBs.
Oh, look at that action shot! Wow.
This scene was whatever. This scene was kind of whatever.
What are you doing? So these guys were trying to open up this like lead container, and they finally did after shooting it with a gun. Poor Pete.
These are such great reactions here.
His poor long
Whoa.
johns.
Oh, long Jonathan, dude.
He soiled his long johns. But they find a key and they put it in this cake saver. Boom.
That was my nickname in high school.
Then we see
Ian
Donna.
the cake saver.
Donna being a massive asshole the whole fucking episode.
Yeah, she's just trying to get to the bottom of like who her parents are. Oh, here's a good still.
There you go. That's the prime bruised apple right there.
We need to
You know
cut
what I'm
this
saying?
out and make this part of a collage. We
Yeah,
need to
dude.
we need to construct a nightmare around him.
We can do that. I have it now. It's recorded, so we'll do that eventually.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, we were just talking about Donna. Like,
Oh my god.
she is constantly just making. I get that like it's a serious thing that she's going through, and I get that like she probably wants answers, but she's always making every single thing about her. She's just so
Yeah.
pissy with her parents, and she's like, "Yeah, but you're not concerned about how this affects me." And they're like, "Fucking no, we're not. We're trying to get through our days here."
That's so true,
Which, I mean, is
Wilson.
accurate for
The
a
first
teenager,
the
right?
first episode when they find out Laura's like dead, she's like the only one in the class that's like visibly like crying and like bawling and like grasping her shirt collar, and she's just like it's like it's all about her. It's like, oh, she must be really going through it. Everybody else is kind of like mourning and silent, but she's just like going
This is
crazy.
her best friend.
Yeah, I get it, her being her best friend, but I also mean like there are so many times in the show where Donna gets upset, and then she
Yeah.
makes it about like, oh my god,
Sorry.
and then she just
Oh,
makes it
yeah,
about her. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm upset because of how I feel about this thing, and everybody's like, then fucking just get over it.
Right. Like I said, it's pretty accurate for a fucking teenager, right? Just
Absolutely.
only thinking about themselves.
Absolutely.
Well, I also think that just after the Laura stuff is done with, her and fucking James are just pointless. They don't really do shit that matters. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's true.
They're just kind of fucking there. Being annoying.
That's why James just isn't here anymore.
Yep, thank fuck, dude.
Because he has no point. He's useless.
To get to the Miss Twin Peaks, it was a pretty good show. Squiggy was putting the moves on Margaret.
Fucking yeah.
Look at her,
Broken arm
like,
dog lady,
look at-
poor girl.
Look at her poor
doesn't like this
face.
either.
Ah, look at that. Just get away
Yeah.
from me, weirdo.
Fucking predator.
But this part, oh my god.
There it is. Look at her
Lucy
fucking just
just
shredding it.
going crazy.
Killing it, dude.
Tearing it up.
Bobby.
She had like
God.
the best routine. I think we're supposed to like
Yeah.
go from like, all right, Lucy killed it to like, I forgot the other red haired, this chick's.
Her.
Yeah,
She fucking sucked, dude.
she sucks. She was
But she
trying to be
thought she had
all,
it in the bag because she's married to one dude and fucking closet banged the other guy, so she thinks she's in it.
but
It's
even out of these two performances, you're supposed to even go
Yeah.
like, oh my god, Lucy killed it. She
y-
destroyed her.
Yeah, I want to know what Heather Graham's character fucking did for her talent.
yeah.
I think it was just supposed to put that girl in her place because she's just
Ooh.
basing it off of her looks and her whatever.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
like,
was bested by Lucy and also bested by Heather Graham on two different
she
things.
is like already wanted by men. Like there's already some like mystical allure about her.
Yeah.
And then she's like activating it where she's like acting upon it and like turning it on in this moment, doing this weird ass exotic dance. And yeah, everybody's like jaws are just hanging open and it's like,
Yeah.
all right. Other people are coming here with funky little dances and good talents, and she's just trying
Yeah.
to work that sex appeal somehow. And it's weird that like women in the audience here are standing and giving her an ovation as well at the end, not just the guys.
Bravo.
Then fucking Heather Graham comes out. Just look at the little frills on his fucking. Did you see his little frills on his wrist there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Look at those shits, dude. Little ruffles.
Fancy shirt. Got these from the 1880s.
And fucking Heather Graham comes out and fucking speaks truth to power and fucking kills it.
We must
She
all
does.
be mystical warriors.
That's a great line. I love that little speech. It was good.
Yeah.
It kind of summarizes a lot of like the ideas that I think are prevalent in the show.
Yes.
That they're all being mystical warriors. Like Dale, definitely a mystical warrior. He
I think
hell yeah.
he uses mysticism to like help him further his case and like
The Bookhouse
deduce
Boys
things.
are fucking mystical warriors, dude.
I think that that's what they're trying to go for, Tyler, is that they're trying to make it some sort of a not encapsulation or like summarization, but they are trying to make it something that really like hits home for
illusion.
the show.
Yeah.
Because even characters in the show like kind of meta comment on it where they're like yeah, the old guy's like, this is an outrage. You know, you're in there 15 minutes, and Dick is like, yeah, but her speech really rang true. Something that all people should strive for. The way that he speaks about it seems like it is some sort of a meta comment of being like, oh, we as the showmakers are like writing this, and we're trying to present this as a big, you know what I mean, like.
Right. This last bit, yeah. This last bit here, after she ends up winning, then it goes into fucking PTSD Vietnam fucking flashback moment here. That whole segment's really cool. I like that quite a bit.
It's very disorienting, and I appreciated that because anything
Fucking
could happen.
down.
Do you assume? Like, I'm gonna guess that Windom Earle set up strobe lights places. Yeah. And like, yeah.
Yeah, he set this all because he even's got a little splody thing just perfectly in front of where Dale would be running to. You know
like
what I mean?
If he's got pyrotechnics and he's got smoke bombs, etc., I assume that this is not supposed to be like the supernatural strobing that we've had before, but real practical.
I think it's him even just rigging the stuff that's already there. You know what I mean?
Yes, I completely agree with you.
Just using what's already there to his, advantage. It's a man.
Glory Andrew.
But that's pretty much like the cliffhanger is Windom Earle swoops in as she wins Miss Twin Peaks, and then they're gone.
King's Queen, dude.
Yeah, and then Andy comes in and says that the petroglyphs are a map.
It's a map.
It's
Agent Cooper.
And that's the episode.
And that's the episode.
That's the episode, everybody.
So we're gonna jump into the next episode right now, and we'll probably have a longer digression on the finale,
Maybe.
and definitely talk
Maybe it'll
about.
be shorter.
we'll see.
It might not be as long because we've gotten some of it out of the way now.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'll have a lot to say where it's going though into the return possibly.
Oh my god, I'm gonna try and just be like succinct and not go too hard in it, but yeah, like I could go more.
Go hard in the paint, dude.
I could, but I'm gonna save the paint, Eric. I'm gonna save the paint for another time when we're gonna do more painting. You know what I mean?
Store it in the garage. Forget about it for 20 years.
No. I didn't say forget about the paint. I'm gonna save the paint so that next time I can go hard in the paint and use even more paint.
I mean, when people fucking save the paint, they put it in like their basement or garage. They forget about it for like 20 years.
No, I'm just talking about you put the lid on. You put that lid on and you secure it. You tap it a little bit with the hammer to use it like the next day.
Oh, okay.
So
there's plans for usage. It's not just like for like potential future usage down the line.
Like,
potential future you're gonna be using it.
The paint will be used in short notice.
Right.
Okay, thank you guys for talking about paint for 2 hours. We're gonna jump into the next episode right now, so stay tuned with us. Thank you for watching. If you did watch this, leave a like if you care to. Definitely leave comments below if you want to digress with us or have any other ideas. Maybe you have a favorite scene or anything like that. We'd love to hear from you, so definitely do that.
Just don't
go hard in the paint.
Just don't buy more paint than you need, dude. Like that way you don't have leftovers that you forget about. You just buy as much as you need. Not extra.
Paint.